I'm going through a period of time where I need to process lots and lots of different things every day. New experiences come in, as these experiences come in order to be able to fully extract all the relevant insights from those experiences, I need time to think about them, to write about them, to review them. And what I'm finding is every day there is an equilibrium to be maintained, with new experiences coming in and old experiences going out. And I'm sort of keeping this equilibrium, but for the last couple of days or last couple of weeks, it has been apparent that I am actually behind. I'm getting more and more behind with this, meaning that there is more experiences coming in than coming out, and so there's a backlog of things that I need to review, various trips and meditations and other events in my life which I feel are important enough to remember and to keep a record of. So my emotions now are a little bit mixed, where I'm really excited about all the new things coming in and the fact that I'm able to align my life in such a beautiful way, to have everything that I desire come at a perfect timing. And yet at the same time I feel a little bit anxious that I'm creating this backlog of experiences that I haven't yet reviewed, and this limits the amount of space available within the present moment to enjoy the current experience that I'm having. Because some of the some of the mental capacity, some of the mental energy is used to maintain the old experience in the awareness, in the memory, and it's constantly, the energy is constantly being used for that. It's like keeping a light on. The energy is being sent there, and you're trying to keep the light on even though it's daytime, because, or a fire, right? So that's another analogy. So you have a fire that's burning, and even though you don't really need it during the day to keep you warm, if you are a cave person, caveman, cavewoman, and you don't really need the fire during the day. Perhaps you only need it at night to keep you warm and to keep the light, keep the cave lit up. Yet you are still providing resources for that fire during the day, just to keep it going, even though you don't really need it. And that's what it feels like with these experiences. Even though I don't need to keep the memory of that experience as I'm having the new experience, I'm still providing energy, I'm still putting thoughts into it to keep it alive, to keep it in the forefront, to stop it fading back so far into my subconscious that I find it, or that I may find it difficult to retrieve it again. So I'm providing this energy, and it's sort of splitting my awareness, and I can see that my present experience and my present moment is not being fully appreciated because of that. For example, for the last 2 days, I haven't had a chance to fully review my classes that I've been teaching. And I've made a commitment to review the classes, and I've been doing that for the last several years, where I would review every single class that I would teach. And so I've made that commitment, and I've been really consistent with that. And now here we have a couple of classes for 2 days that are in my mind, and the sooner I can get those experiences out and grounded, the better. The more free mind space I would then be able to have for creating new things, new experiences, and new ideas, and processing information. You see, the mind, it's very powerful, but it seems like there is a capacity limit as to how much it can do, depending on the individual, depending on your abilities, and the limitations that you've placed on yourself in this physical incarnation. So we have this space, and it does expand and contract depending on circumstances, depending on emotions, and depending on our personal growth in this life. So this space at the current moment, for example, has a certain capacity, and if a large proportion of it is used to store information, then the amount that can be used to process information and to generate new information and to create ideas, and to be creative and to be spontaneous, that amount is reduced. And so it is important to unload the mind as often as possible and as completely as possible, in order that we have full capacity for the creation, full creative capacity for creating new experiences. And so my focus while unloading my mind is also to line up and align systems that allow me to do so more effectively, to be able to ground that information more quickly and more effectively. And I'm feeling that it's getting there. I'm feeling that even though there is still every day a slight backlog of experiences that haven't been reviewed, because of my efficiency and effectiveness of reviewing old experiences, because of that effectiveness being so much greater now than before, the amount of backlog is now reducing, and some days it gets to the point where I'm not creating any backlog at all, and so I'm able to catch up on the previous experiences and create a space, a bigger space in my mind. And it just feels so great having this space in my mind. I mean, I feel so expansive and so creative when I don't have to keep holding certain thoughts in my mind, where I don't have to keep providing energy towards keeping bits of information in my mind that are no longer relevant to the current experience. So overall, I have a feeling that things are definitely improving in my life, and there will come a point where the unloading process will become so efficient that the state of alignment, creativity, and inner peace would become a constant daily